Hello everyone, Zenshin Cosplay here. I wanted to show some of the progress I made with our new cosplay project. I've been working on some crystals to attach onto the armguard. Since I didn't really know how to make them yet, I just tried out a few things. Let's have a closer look at the process of making them. As always, you will need a template first. I just traced the front view of a picture for this one. You can find this template and some other crystal templates in the description of this video. Trace the template onto the foam and cut it out a few times. I'm using 4 layers of 10mm thickness here, but it depends on what kind of crystal you are going to make. For this build I'm using EVA foam floor mats, which are really cheap. Glue all the parts together to form one block. Make sure to glue the whole area. You don't want it to fall apart when you start cutting it. Draw the inner lines from your template onto the foam. This will be your cutting lines. Now start cutting these lines in different angles. And don't forget to also make cuts into the back. The angles kind of depend on where the lines are located. Don't overdo the cutting though, you probably would like to have a lot of big flat surfaces, otherwise it's just going to be round and less crystal-like. When you are satisfied with the general shape of your crystal, use a Dremel to smoothen the surfaces. Use a heat gun to heat seal the crystal, and that's basically all there is to it. The original plan was to use this foam build as a mold for the transparent crystal. Since this already looked pretty good and it's much easier to make than using Worbla, I also wanted to paint this and see how it turned out. What I did was apply a gradient from light blue to dark blue. Afterwards I added some dark blue and white as highlights on the edges. I'm not the best painter, but I think you can make it look pretty good. Now if you want your crystal to be more transparent, using transparent Worbla is also possible. For this you would have to make a pattern for every surface of the crystal and cut it out. I just held my foam crystal under the Worbla and traced the surfaces one by one. I glued it together using super glue. If you have trouble gluing, you could use masking tape to keep the pieces together while you glue it. Repeat this until you made the whole crystal. If you would like to add lead to it, you can leave out one piece. Before painting my crystal, I did some small painting practices. For the first one I used a transparent water-based paint. This does not give a great result. As you can see, this makes the painting lines clearly visible. I also added a layer of white water-based paint to half of the back to make it less transparent. For the next one I used alcohol ink. As you can see, this resulted less lines in it and it looks pretty good. I also added a layer of white behind this. When holding it towards the light, the lines of this become visible. You can also apply it using a sponge, which you can create a cool effect with. As a third attempt I tried using Hexflex paint on the back instead of normal water-based paint. Hexflex paint dries out more equally than normal water-based paint, so less lines are visible. In front of light this gives the best result in my opinion, if you want the crystal to be less transparent. For the last one I sanded the Worbla first. This made the painting lines less visible, but made the surface pretty rough and less icy, so I wouldn't recommend sanding it too much. Well, that are some ways you can paint your crystal. For the crystals I'm making at the moment, I like the alcohol ink with the white background the most. Which crystal do you prefer? Let me know in the comments below. But for now, see you in the next video. Bye bye!